And then I wanted to show you guys this as well. This. Men are naturally more attractive than women on average. That's why women need makeup. This isn't me being gay, it's science. Look at a peacock or a cardinal. Male versus female. Females get mogged. Greek statues dedicated to the peak aesthetic form. Overwhelmingly men. Thank goodness, Greek people, ancient Greek people, were definitely not having any gay sex. Michelangelo was so gay he couldn't sculpt women tits, so he just made lemons and put nipples on them. What are you talking about, dude? Michael Angelo marble sculpture women. There's one very famous one where he literally just sculpted he was like in the process of sculpting a man, and then he was like, "Oh wait, I'm supposed to be sculpting a woman." And then he like just put some lemon titties on her. I'm seeing if I can find it. I don't remember the name of it. Damn. My art history teachers would be mad. They'd be beating my ass if they knew. It's just pulling up the really famous I forget the name of the specific imagery, but it's Jesus laying in the arms of Mary. I don't remember. There's like a specific name that references that. Oh yeah, I can't find it. Maybe if I find it later, I'll show you guys. Here it is. I found it. Bro, I'm sorry. You're not sculpting women titties like this unless you love men. Bro was sculpting a man. He was sculpting a man, and then he realized, and he was like, oh, it's supposed to be a woman. Oh my God. One second. Let me just. That looks right. Right? Like you can see her pecs. You can see her pecs, and it's just like two lemons. This is probably what boobs look like, right? Yeah. That looks right. That looks right. Yeah, I think that's good. When your commissioner changes his mind midway. Uh, oh my god, dude. Wait, where were we? I had the tweet up. Wait, where'd it go? Oh yeah. Also, like this statement is so nonsensical. Look at a peacock or a cardinal. Male versus female. Females get mog. Then why do female hyenas have bigger dicks than men? Oh, we shouldn't compare human beings to random ass animals in the animal kingdom. So stupid. It's just like, or most spiders. It's like, bro, there's a slight problem, which is human beings aren't birds. I know. I don't know if you guys knew this, but they're not birds. Yeah. Uh huh. Mm hmm. Wow. Crazy. Mm hmm. Yeah. Except for D. Reynolds. Oh god, dude. So obscene. Moving on from this though. It's just like such a like look at fish, dude. Like how do you know that like what's the fish called? It's one of like the deep sea horror fishes. The one with the light. The anglerfish. How do you look at the anglerfish and not think, "Huh, maybe we shouldn't compare human beings to random ass animals in the animal kingdom." Maybe. Maybe it actually makes no fucking sense to do that because human beings are not some random fish or some random bird. Maybe. Oh, wait 1 second. Ah, no, there was a chatter that said something, but I couldn't tell if they were joking or not. Oh, okay, they were joking. Um, yeah, I don't know what to say about that, man. Besides everything I've just already said on that. There's a couple theories on this. One is that a Catholic church had a rule that showing naked women was indecent. Michelangelo did this in protest. Another that he made the lemon titties in protest. I don't think so. Another theory is that he was a virgin, never saw a naked woman before. Well, yeah, but that's like a theory that's made by people who don't think gay people are real. uh, yeah, sexual dimorphism doesn't work when you compare it to other animals in the animal kingdom. Oh, look at these animals that feel that act in the way that I want them to do, and don't look at any of the animals that don't act the way that I don't want them to. It's like, okay, epic. Would you prefer a male companion? Uh huh. Okay. Even when we compare humans to our closest evolutionary relatives, chimpanzees, there's still bias in that because they aren't our one closest relative. Bonobos are relatively equal, or sorry, equally related to us. And there's patriarchal reasons you don't hear about comparisons to bonobos with chimpanzees. Male are the socially dominant sex. Bonobos are the female are sorry, in bonobos the females are socially dominant. Dude, learning about bonobos and learning about like the difference between bonobos and chimpanzees is like just watch just watch Planet Earth. Watch Planet Earth. What was he replying to exactly? Sorry, my screen is frying this image. She doesn't have like a nose. Bro, she looks like the guy from Prometheus. And he kind of looks like, you know that one visual um I don't know what to call it other than like bug where if you stare at a dot and then there's two people on either side of the dot but you're staring at the dot, their faces will start to get weird. He looks like that. Also, this is the gayest thing I've ever seen in my life. Seeing this image and being like, he clearly looks significantly better than her. It's like, no, they look about the same. Huh? What? If you just like the dude more, you might just be a little gay, which is fine. But like, they look about the same in terms of levels of attractiveness. I don't understand. Those are just the gay thoughts seeping through. I don't, huh? Compared to actually most animals, humans are very low in sexual dimorphism. That's woke nonsense. That's woke liberal nonsense. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. I don't know why conservatives are so afraid of the idea that the only major difference between men and women is um, how fast and like rapidly you build muscle. Like I don't get why that's such a scary thought for conservatives. Like what's so wrong about a world where the only major difference between men and women is their ability to gain muscle, or the speed at which, and like the ability to gain more muscle? That then what? Hmm? IMO, it's unfair how fast my boyfriend builds muscle compared to me, says Lynette. True. Need more muscle mommies, bro. But like who like that's it. I don't know why it's like it makes them so mad to think of a world where like men and women are basically about the same on most fronts. Other than muscle mass and like body fat composition, which is relative to muscle mass, it's like about the same. All the other research we have is like the differences are very mild, and it's hard to all of the research on the differences between men and women, because we can't isolate human beings and remove them from society. We can't tell how many of these things are changed by society and by culture. So like one such a lot of the research, and the researchers, the thing that sucks about right wingers is that they tend to take research and twist it and then ignore what the researchers said about the research. So one such example is like reaction time. And when they train people for reaction time, um, or a better example actually would be, I think, like hand-eye coordination. When they provide people hand-eye coordination training, both men and women see significant improvements. And the researchers have even said in these studies, it's hard to say because generally men tend to get into sports more often than women. And so that helps you build that skill. So the baseline for most men in society might just be on average higher than the baseline for most women because women aren't training that skill, right? Because it is clearly trainable, and human beings are very adaptable and they're very good at learning. Like human beings are very good at learning. Um, and the researchers will explicitly say, like literally, they will explicitly say, well, we can't know how much of this is caused by biology and how much of this is caused by culture and environment. But we know that there's this, generally, there's this small difference that we have here, that we see here. And then people will say that and they'll be like, see, evidence that they're totally different. It's like compared to other species in the animal kingdom, like the differences are like here. Shit take, trainable is not the same as innate. What are you talking about? Huh? What the fuck are you? I don't even understand what you're upset about. Dude, half this stream today has been like chatter saying stuff and then mean like saying things that are incomprehensible and just like getting upset. I don't get it. Don't tell this chatter you might be innately stupid. Stop. Stop. Oh my god. I've seen this as well, this stuff, but it's the problem is that this research is also flawed, and I'll explain why. Women can see different shades of colors better than men due to gatherer roles, while men have better periphery from hunting, is what I learned. So I have read that like women have like a secret, like not fourth cone, but they can perceive yellows better than men can. Um, because there are different cones, like biologically. Like I think it's for some bizarre reason it's tied. It actually is tied to like the way that chromosomes represent themselves. But the problem is that people are we're bad at not drawing conclusions from biases. So for a very long time, our understanding of dinosaurs was very flawed and incorrect because we did not consider for a moment that they could have feathers on them. And then once that's your starting point, you're so biased towards that starting point, it becomes more difficult to start thinking outside of the box. So when your starting point is women hunt, gather, men hunt, you try and put everything else into the box that already fits the preconceived notion. So unfortunately, people have such bad biases that it's hard to do research on people. um, but yeah.
Hello. I've been told that my video needs more fun, goofy sound effects, so
Is this about the is this video about the recent research about how like our understanding of how hunter-gatherer societies worked is incorrect? Because we went in with such a strong idea that women must have been gatherers and men must have been hunters. Because I did read into this as well a little bit. Basically, like again, once there's a culture that has been created on what we perceive to be the past, reviewing the past under any other framework becomes very difficult. Because the reality is like the reason why human beings are evolutionarily better than other animals, better here just meaning able to thrive and survive compared to other animals in the animal kingdom, is because of endurance and sweat glands. And the reality is men and women both have that. If anything, women tend to have a little bit better endurance because there's less muscle mass on you, and less muscle mass and less weight to carry makes your endurance better. But only by like a little bit. Human beings in general have the ability to like unless you don't have sweat glands, in which case I don't know how that works. I wish you the best of luck. I pretty sure people need sweat glands. You have that innately in you, whereas other animals tend to not be. Like, this is why, compared to like a lion or something that doesn't have sweat glands, you get really hot, you overheat, you can't keep hunting. People can like hunt up in like packs for fucking days. Like, it's obscene how good human beings are when it comes to endurance relative to all the other like carnivores and omnivores in the animal kingdom. And that's something that is true for men and for women. And the differences between men and women are smaller than the differences, the important differences between human beings and other animals. So like, and this seems to be like an idea. I think it's because innate to conservative ideologies, you have to believe in a hierarchical world and a hierarchical existence. And so you must believe that one of the genders must be better so that it fits into your hierarchical narrative that exists everywhere else. But the reality is sexual dimorphism between men and women is very minimal compared to one, other animals in the animal kingdom, and two, like the sexual dimorphism in other animals. And also the differences are not measurable or like important enough in terms of evolutionary success. But this is like such a crazy concept and a crazy idea, and like conservatives seem to get really upset about it. I just don't get why people get so mad about it. We're literally the only ones that can run on two legs sustainably. That and like throwing. Throwing is a very crazy thing. Other than like human beings and like apes, throwing is crazy as a concept. It's crazy. Ostrich erasure. my teammates in league are pro throwers. Oh God. Yeah, fire puff. That's my understanding as well. That a lot of our understanding about what was dictated in society is based on these ideas about strength or about like physical differences, when the reality is the primary reason why society was probably built the way that it was or developed the way that it was is more so because women get pregnant and all the other differences are less relevant. But because there's such a strong bias in our brains about how society was or should have been, it becomes a lot harder to perceive something after the fact with like a different framework or a different mindset. It's like you know You know, in media or in real life or in whatever show, TV, whatever, where it's like, here, this is your puzzle. You have to get the object out of the box without touching the box or something like that. And the way that the question is phrased or the statement is phrased makes you innately only approach the problem in one way. And it takes a lot of effort to reapproach the problem in a different way that makes it really easy. Like, oh, the scene in this is the only one that's coming to mind. Sorry that it's cringe. Captain America, where um it's like, hey, you guys have to get the flag down from the pole. And everyone's idea is, oh, well, duh, you do it this way. This is the only way to do it. And it's only the person that can think out of the box, think outside of the box that actually succeeds. Mulan as well. Sure. It's the same thing with society, that when your understanding of societal roles is what you've been told your whole life, reestablishing or developing a new idea about it seems impossible. He just knocks it over. At least Mulan climbed it. Well, again, that's the. Okay, maybe we can watch this video in a little bit. I've read this research. It's pretty interesting, but it's like, you know, yeah, it's just I wanna get to something else before we get to that, or if we get to that. I just know a 20-minute video for us would take us like 30 years. Um, Work smarter, not harder. Yeah. Let this chatter go. Sorry. Okay, but that's enough of that. What I wanted to say, I did forgot to show this tweet. Sorry. If you see this and you're like, men are just naturally more attractive than women on average, bro, this is gayer than having sex with a man, dude. Just stop. Just stop. No, dude. No. 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 Mm-mm. All right. However, guys, we're not done yet. There's